Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Sorry, I'm making sure my internet was working. All of a sudden it said it wasn't. So, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new episode of Coffee with the Angels. So, we'll wait for people to click on. I'm super excited to bring this to you. This is new, so I know everybody's kind of getting their morning together. Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on. Hello, hello. Welcome to Coffee with the Angels on Wednesdays. So good morning, Mary. I see you booked a reading. Can't wait to connect with you next week. Hello, everybody. Good morning. So everybody's like, what is this Monday morning message? Or wait, not Monday morning. See? I know, you caught me live. Wednesday Coffee with the Angels. I'm glad you did, Monica. Hello. I know everybody's like kind of getting off to work and I wanted to kind of go on and tell you this one, of course, what this is going to consist of and what it's all about. So we do Monday morning messages, and Spirit was really pushing me, and Jamie also received the message and was pushing me again to do and mix things up and bring more live videos and more channel messages to the page. So that's why, if you guys notice, we brought in, I brought up those posts last week, because this is kind of how the page is going to run. Knock on wood, that nothing, life happens in case, I have appointments or something. But that's kind of how I'm wanting to run things. So Wednesdays, this time, it's going to be not super long, but you know how Spirit works with me. You guys have been watching me long enough to know that. We're going to do topics. We're going to do guest speakers is the best way to say. So guests, I'm going to have guests on here. We're going to talk, we're going to have a cup of coffee. So it's like going to a coffee shop with your friend, but we're doing this online and having everybody here. We're going to go over different topics. We're going to have guests that come on. We're going to visit, have a cup of coffee, and just kind of talk about different things. Each guest will be different. Each topic is going to be different. Sometimes we won't have a guest. It's just kind of going with the flow. So good morning, everybody. Excuse me. So Spirit's coming in. I'm like, where are we going with this? I'm trying to tell everybody what's happening. So it's going to be kind of like a talk show, but not sure. So see, why you make your coffee. That's what I'm talking about, Marie. So it's going to be kind of like a talk show. Good morning, Kim. Hello from Wisconsin. Good morning, everybody. So that's kind of how we're going to run Wednesdays. Look at my new coffee mug. It was from an artist in San Diego. I love homemade pottery mugs. So if there's any potters, you guys send me your link. I'll buy a mug. I love this kind of stuff. And the other one broke. I'm so not happy. So anyway, so this is my coffee that we're doing. And my mug. So this is kind of what Wednesday is going to be about. So hopefully I can get a guest together for next week. So let's work on that one. Also, Fridays. I know it's kind of a funky time, and I know it's going to be, but that's kind of how Fridays are going to run. Fridays are going to be fun Fridays. I don't remember what I did. Fantastic Fridays. It's, I think I put 10:30. I know, Jackie, you have been with me for a year now. It's exciting. So Fridays are going to be a pop on and do a couple live readings, channeled messages. Fridays are going to be, I don't even know what. It's like pulling something out of the hat. So that's kind of what to expect for Fridays. Fridays going with the flow. We'll see what Spirit has for us on Fridays. So also we talked about Rainbow Ray, you guys healing, the group that I'm already doing. I can't even believe it. Some of the people on, I don't remember, I don't either, Jamie. We're already coming down to our last 4 months, is that right? 3 months of the Rainbow Ray healing. Oh, Monica, good question. We'll ask that in just a second. It's funny because that's a lot of people's questions, so we'll ask a little bit of that. So we're coming down to closing the Rainbow Ray class. My group is almost about ready to graduate and become certified Rainbow Ray healers. I was going to start a new Rainbow Ray group too, a new wave this September, and we're going to push that off. We're going to push it off until the first of the year, till after the holidays. So if you guys have been wanting to become a certified healer, January is going to be the new group. I know Patti was interested and Nicole was interested. We're just going to push that off a little bit. Suzanne had already put in a deposit. We're going to push that off till January. I have too many irons in the fire is the best way I can describe that. So that's kind of what's to expect in, and everybody can get their money round up and everything else. But if you guys have been wanting to become a certified healer, talk to Terry. Lisa's, I don't know if she's on here. Susie's on here. You guys can talk to them about the class. It's absolutely amazing, but I'm gonna have to kind of step this back. I know Patti and Spirit kind of gave me the message, so I'm needing to. I was planning on overlapping them, but right now with my schedule, I just can't. So Monica asked, how soon can you connect with somebody after they have passed? And Jamie and I had talked about this yesterday. I'll answer that question in just a second, Norma, because I'm not sure. It's $170 or $199 a month, and at the end you become a certified healer and everything. I think that's what the price is. So Monica, if you have listened to me for a while, you know that when my grandma, right after she took her last breath and passed, she immediately talked to me in my head. And talked to me, clairaudient, right here, and talked to me. So, like I said, I was never taught. Spirit taught me everything. I actually, who was I sitting with? Janita and I were talking in San Diego, and she kind of was asking me a little bit like how my story started. And I told her, I said, I took one Charles Virtue class, then it was just videos, just kind of talking about, kind of meditation. These are the things you may feel, just very basic, like that, you're not crazy, those kind of things. And it was a great course, but I didn't sit down, I didn't go to mediumship class, Spirit would, and the archangels and guides and my guide would come in and just tell me word for word what I needed to know. But my grandma came in instantaneously, right after she passed. There is no separation. When I was in San Diego, I gave the Uber driver a rating, and I was explaining it to him. Death is death of the physical. Our energy and our soul lives on, and all it does is move from this space to right out here. So I don't get overly sad about that. I know it was kind of a funny story. We'll have to talk about that. Terry, yeah, it was funny. So if he comes in, Monica, I'll give you a message, but just know that the transition happens extremely fast. So you can talk to them right away. They come around you right away. I was telling my cousin, so you go in an IC room, an IC area, ICU, and you see the slow down, Spirit, the tubes and them hooked up and everything else. And a majority of the time when they're in transition and they're passing, they are right beside the bed. They are watching you. You're feeling them, and you're crying because of the loss in their transition. Because we're sad, we're gonna miss them physically. We're humans. We like the physical touch. We like to physically see them. I said, but especially like people's in comas. Sometimes I've seen them. They're like right next to the bed. Exactly. They come right away after they transition, and I feel being in it, the connection is stronger, especially right after they pass. No, Lindsay, I'm not doing readings today. I think those will be like during the Fun Friday stuff. This is just conversation. We're just talking, answering questions, visiting, having our morning coffee. It's sometimes extremely strong before they make, their business on the other side. So know that they're with you and they can talk to you super, super right away. Yeah, so no worries on that. That's my goal, is to try to put people's hearts at ease about the transition from this physical. And I said to the Uber driver, I said, because I don't have a muzzle, and I simply said to him, oh, he was talking or something. I said, oh, and you got kids? And he's like, yeah. He's like, wait a minute, how did you know? And I was like, shit. I was like, I'm an intuitive. I saw, your son and your energy. And he's like, kind of get a little freaked out. And he's like, well, what do you mean? Are you like a psychic? Do you read palms? And I'm like, I read your energy. And he's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, if somebody's about to pass, I said, we are our soul and our energy. And they're combined. And when we leave our physical body, that soul energy keeps moving on. So just because it's not tangible and you can't physically see it, it continues to live on. Ask who it is. Ask who it is. I talked about this in the I Am platform when I was in San Diego. It's easy to pick up your past loved ones because you know what they feel like. You know what your grandpa, your dad exactly feels like. You know what your mom feels like. You know what they feel like. So you know what they feel like when they're around. Angels do feel differently. So sometimes you're like, I don't know what this is. Fill into it. That's how you can kind of tell the difference. So if you guys know of any, intuitives or any guests, and it doesn't always have to be intuitives, I'm kind of wanting to, Spirit wants me, I was writing what they said, things to talk about on this. We're going to maybe do guided meditations, discussions, spirituality, yoga, eating. There's all sorts of things that we're going to be talking about here. So if you guys know of any guests, shoot me an email. You can shoot me an email on talkingwiththeangels.com. And yeah, this is just going to be kind of, I'll tell you what angels feel like. Yeah, it's just going to be kind of a smorgasbord of all sorts of stuff. Angels feel, they're giving me the words. They go light, airy. Sometimes when I'm in meditation, I get really, really cold. And they smell super, super sweet. It's like the fragrance that is, you can't even describe it. Because it kind of smells like a flower, but like sweeter than that. And they sometimes just feel very cool is the best way I can describe that. Good morning from New Mexico. Oh yeah, speaking of, that reminded me. I'm glad you popped on. Spirit's bringing it up. That's kind of what they feel like. They feel very, very light, and I don't know. It's weird because it's like they feel warm, but it's very physically cold. So that's what angels feel like. Literally, I know. And it does smell like heaven. Yes, it does. And it's like, you want to say it smells like a rose, but then you're like, but it doesn't smell so differently. So also, I mentioned it on my yesterday with all the orbs yesterday. Spiritual retreats after going to San Diego, which was fantastic. So thank you guys so much for your love and your support, even for people that couldn't make it. You guys text messaged me and sending me love and vibes that meant so much to me. I was like I said, in the guided meditation, walking around, and everybody was, I was in the guided meditation and doing energy work, and Spirit kept coming in and saying, spiritual retreats, spiritual retreats. And I could feel the energy, and it was such a beautiful, healing event that happened. I mean, it was 3.5 hours, and everyone's like, oh, it should have been longer. I was like, that was 3.5 hours. That didn't even feel like 3.5 hours. So Spirit is really wanting, excuse me, to put in, Kim knows about it, she was there, spiritual retreats. So, yeah, Kimberly Keller was there if you guys want to ask her about it. So Jamie and I, and we've been getting the message for a while to travel. You guys have been saying, hey, come here, come here, come here. And we're finding out that spiritual retreats are kind of where Spirit is pushing us to do. Yes, it was an exhausting event, but we felt lighter. We felt, I don't know. My daughter, like I said, she's like, oh my gosh, you look brighter. And that's what happens when you get energy work and you're around like-minded people and you're around healers. So spiritual retreats are coming. It was amazing. It was so fun to be around everybody. It was fantastic. Spirit wants me to do one in November, and I'm kind of like, it's the first one. I know the orbs are crazy. It's the orbs. We'll talk about that one too if we're not running out of time. The first one's probably going to be in Kansas. Yeah, we're probably going to be in Kansas. The first one's going to be. I know. Jamie's like, let's get them on the calendar. Let's do this. We're going to do one probably in Nashville. We're going to do one in Kansas. And they just kept giving me like states and towns yesterday. So, hello, Jackie. We're working on that. The more interest that we get, and it's going to have to be one of those that you pay by like a certain time. So, cause I have to reserve the spot and all that kind of stuff. But I think the first one's going to be in Kansas. So I'm throwing that out there. I know, Michigan. I'm throwing that out there that, about the spiritual retreats. If you guys also are interested in that, comment in this post, send me an email. You know, the ones that I had channeled, towns, Kansas, Nashville, California, and Washington. A retreat sounds wonderful. It is. It's going to be the stuff that they're telling me. It's going to be a whole weekend full of fun. So, oh no, you leave overseas again. Yay. Yeah, so that's where I'm like, so yeah, I'm trying to kind of work this together. That this is a work in progress, because this is definitely something Spirit is trying to do. North Dakota. Yes, I know. I'm getting pulled up north. So yeah, we're going to have to see where this is. Utah. I like that. I like that. Nashville. Yeah, Nashville's going to be definitely one of those. Yeah. We'll have to check that out, Sue. Nice. Washington State. Yeah, somewhere up in Washington State. We don't know. Janita and I kept getting pulled that way. So, yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, Michigan. So yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to see where this goes. I'll let you guys know. I'm really telling you, like, the first one is going to be, Northern California. I know I'm getting pulled that way. I'm really feeling the first one's going to be here in Kansas. So that's where we're at right now. Yeah, those orbs are fantastic. Jackie, I'm not doing readings today. I might be doing free readings on Friday. Fun, full Friday event on Fridays. Fridays are going to be fun with I don't know what. And then the orbs are fantastic. A lot of people have been messaging me and asking me, what are those? One orb looks shiny, one orb looks like a circle, one looks like a feather, one looks like this. The orbs, I want to explain this. The orbs that are in my house, that you have been seeing are not like normal orbs, if you haven't figured that out. Yes, they're balls of energy, but a lot of those are angels, fairies, people's past loved ones, okay. Star people, we won't get into that. Yes, balls of energy, lots of angels. The ones I get, okay, say this again. The ones that are sparkling are angels in the angelic realm. Of course, the ones that look like feathers. The fairies are kind of look like zooming little wing things there, and round ones, yeah. And there's like lots of energy thrown in. So that's where it's kind of, so if you guys are wondering like what is one thing, these orbs in my house are not one thing. So sometimes when you guys like watch Ghost Hunters or whatever and you just see like that orb, and I did a video afterwards and it was crazy. So sometimes you just see like a round thing that comes in like that. That's usually a ball of energy, somebody's past loved ones or whatever. These look different in my house, and that's kind of because there's a lot of activity, and I just don't channel just dead people or just angels. I channel the whole angelic realm. So yeah, so if you're seeing all sorts of different ones, excuse me, that's what they are. So yes, so that's awesome. Yes, the lots of sparkles, Marie, as they're telling me. Slow down. They're telling me that it's more of the angels that are doing a lot of the sparks. Little fairies are kind of working together, together to kind of throw in that beautiful energy to kind of sparkle up your day is the best way to describe that. So yeah. So yes, you guys, I've changed a lot of the way I'm doing my readings because they're becoming more intense with a lot of healing, activations, light codes, channel messages, healing. There's a lot that's going into my readings. That's why they're changing. Marie's kind of the first one who's booked an experience and is going to experience that next week. I can tell with my last reading that I had with MJ yesterday that they're already they were changing. It's going to be about an hour-long reading. 50 minutes, and I always say an hour because sometimes it runs over a little bit, but the activation and the energy work still happens afterwards. So it's a true enlightenment and awakening. I know, and they go that so many people have been longing for. So this is why my readings are changing. This is also why Spirit wants me to come on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for people that can't afford it, that just need that uplifting message. That's kind of where we're at. So if you guys are wanting an extremely spiritual experience, check out my website and talkingwiththeangels.com to book your own reading. And I'm doing in person. If you're in the Kansas area, I don't have an area that I'm using right now, so I have to come to you if you're in the Kansas area. And there's also a studio that I can rent one room. It's 30 minutes. So, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this Wednesday up, and I'll see you guys Friday. Hopefully, I can find if I can find a guest for next week. So, you guys have a fantastic Wednesday and Thursday. And I will see everybody Friday. I think it's at 10:30. I don't know. I'll repost it. All right, you guys. Have a fabulous day. Talk to you soon.